Must be back now. Alright, we're gonna follow this highway. Sim Connect is not working with my X-Map spy. Not good. But we'll do it visually like he did back in the day, I guess. And I did restart the desktop before doing this, so you'd think it would be fine, but we'll see. Port Jarvis looks to be right. I'm gonna follow that river right there. If these winds could ever subside, it'd be nice. Not even my Toby eye tracker. Oh, it's working now. Port Jarvis right there. We'll follow the Delaware River north. Northwest, if you will. And that's basically what he did. I believe the railroad tracks followed the Delaware River. And all he had were like railroad maps, and the Vin Fiz train would have streamers on it to help him out find his way. So this is going to be interesting. Alright. And FS Realistic had an update. So I don't know about that, but we're going to be good. Alright, we're looking for lax of wax, and we're basically going to go up to Delaware. So as long as we keep that in our sights, we are good. Port Jarvis over there. Yeah, when I flew this last time, it was a lot worse. So. Well, isn't this authentic, having to follow the Delaware? Of course, he had better view out of the cockpit because he was just sitting on the edge of it. Imagine sitting on the edge of a plane, no restraints other than probably a belt. We are indeed going the right way. I'm seeing the river right here and comparing it to the sectional, and it looks just like that. So, okay, going a little bit more to the west. Winds are pretty pretty much picking up here. Now it seems to be stable. I know that you said that last time, but the whole thing is I want to do it in the 172 first. And then I might actually take the Wright Brothers thing and try seeing if I can actually do it in that later. So, but I don't have time to fly in the Blériot, which goes about the same speed, 50 miles per hour at top speed. The Blériot was a competing aircraft back then. There was some guy that was taking that across the strip from, I think, Boston, of all places. At least this time I have period authentic music. Come on, there's something to be said about that. Just in case I want to put autopilot, I'm going to try hand flying this thing. Up the Delaware. We're right near Sparrow Bush, New York. Don't know if we'll see that, but it's down there somewhere. It's just that I'm following the sectional. Real world weather, but not real world time. We left about the same time he did back in the day. And what will take us not that long took him, according to the official logs, 78 minutes. So we should be there a little less than an hour. That's why I shared the story at the beginning. Excuse me while I cough. Excuse me. All right. This calls for an iced tea break. They don't sell Vin Fiz anymore. So, but we're almost at Lackawaxen, if I'm pronouncing that right. Pennsylvania. Looks like it's on the Pennsylvania side. And along his route, people came out to see him. He was a big celebrity. So, again, it's kind of cool to see the real flight logs that they typed up. All right. So when he crashed, his mother tried telling him not to do it anymore. And she cited like all these people that died. And he's like, I'm doing it. And his wife was preaching for him too. He's like, he's going to do it. So she decided to come along on the trip from Middletown all the way to the end. That's at least what she wanted to do. We'll find out if she did. I'd also have to repaint like the Wright brother, Wright flyer and stuff. I don't know if I can make it look kind of like the Vin Fiz. I probably could. That'd take a lot of work. I don't know until I see what the model looks like in Blender. It was hard painting the Cirrus for our event. I have to gain some altitude here. But I gotta remember to turn off frame gen before I go back to the menu, because it seems like the Microsoft Flight Simulator crashes every time I leave it on to exit the simulator, and then I'm stuck with doing that. Right, Lackawaxen is right where it starts going up. So if I'm looking at this correctly, when that river starts going even more north, it's right over here. And that will be true because there's this little offshoot and there's some rails over there. But I'm pretty sure there's a railroad that runs alongside the Delaware somewhere. I don't know if we can see it, but there should be a railroad somewhere. And we're straddling the border of New York and Pennsylvania. Excuse me. I don't know what's with my allergies and streaming, but man, what a pain. No. All right. Going up the Delaware. And the GPS is still better than what he had, so we're going to turn up Delaware here. And that will be going towards this. Hiawatha is going to be the hardest thing to find, so we'll see what happens. Looking for railroad tracks of any type. Still have no GPS signal, so that thing's not working. XMAP Spy is not working. Alright. So I'm hoping I'm going the right way here. Yeah. Lackawaxen is coming up. It won't be a very big town, but it's up there. So. See it from below. And the side. And the other side. Taking pictures. Very good. Following the Delaware. They have a roadway there. And we should see a airport or a field on the left of Laxawaxen too, so maybe that'll help us. Hope we're going the right way. No, we're not. We are totally off here. Uh-oh. We're like Calbraith P Rodgers right now because we're lost. Alright, let me see if I can find out where we are. Hey, I was following the Delaware, I thought. There's a big lake right there. What's that big lake? Oh, I see where we are. We're not that far lost. We went inland a little bit. Why, I don't know. But we did. That lake is Lake Wallenpaupack. So I need to stay to the right of that and follow. Or maybe not. No, give me a second. No, we're good. Delaware's right there. At least I think it is. Seems to be disappearing. Maybe I followed the wrong thing. Yikes. There's 3 more lakes over there. Now let's head to the east a little bit here. We'll see if we can find it again. That might be the Delaware in front. Uh-oh. We got lost. Calbraith P Rodgers, we got lost. Oh boy. How about that? The good news is that we're not popping spark plugs right now. That's the lake. So Howland, New York, which was one of our stops, is at the edge of that river that we were at. That's what it was. Now we have to head north. Okay. All right. I think we got it now. So we went a little further. We actually followed it to where we had to follow it. Howland, New York. Which I don't think we could see, but this must be Howland. Which is right near a lake. Yep. And there's a couple lakes north of it. So let's go north. A little northeast, if you will. And regardless, we'll keep... Here's the Delaware. It's right there. Okay, let's get back on the Delaware. That is the Delaware right there. Let's zoom in. There we go. That little blue streak is the Delaware. So he did the same thing. He actually went that little river. We just did exactly the same thing he did. And then he turned north. And Hawley, which is that intersection right there, seeing that we have the sectional, that is on my GPS, and we have to cross that. So we went we went just like him. We went too far west, and then we found the... Boy, that was easy to do, though. I'll tell you that. So I could see where he got lost. We actually did the real thing just like him. We got lost just like him. Funny. Very funny. But with the invention of sectional charts, we can get back on along with GPS. So, cool. All right, we'll fly Hawley, and we'll meet up with the... It is. It's... You're seeing exactly what he did. Well, it is totally accurate. And we ended up just around Holland where it says to end up. Because he went... You can see what he did. He went too far west. Oops. And then he went over all these rivers, which are near Hawley. Which are probably these. Yep. Those. So Holland's like right there. Hawley, I mean. And then he found the Delaware out here and said, oh, let me follow it again. Pretty cool to do the same mistake. That was an easy mistake. Not that I'm used to these areas. Going too far east now. But we will meet up with the Delaware again. And we'll follow the Delaware until we get to Long Eddy. And then keep following Delaware until Hiawatha. So you figure, I mean, I could use modern day VOR if I needed to. It's about 205 radial from Hancock. It's Herbie Hancock. I'm going way too high right now, so I'm going to go down. And that indeed is the Delaware right in front of us, so we're good. Wow. It's things like that that make us human when we do the same mistakes. Over the Delaware again. And I keep thinking I have GPS when I don't. No. On the tablet, at least. Alright, this should be Narrowsburg, New York. And then you got Beach Lake out here. There you go. And in real life, we use a VOR, but I'm gonna try to stay away from that because they didn't have VORs back then. I'm gonna try. I mean, it's pretty simple now. Just follow the river. Don't lose it. To Callicoon, New York. And I'm pretty sure he just did dead reckoning. So like he didn't do like what we do in the real life with private pilots, like write down what time we should get there and this and that. They didn't even have an E6B back then, so you know. But you could do that as well. Oh, we got a little wind there. Little wind. Imagine the right flyer. I can't see it surviving in those conditions. I'm sorry. Probably like blow and stall. But maybe someday we'll try this again without the 172. We're going to do it first, though. We're back on the Delaware River, and we feel better about ourselves. I can only imagine him and his 50-mile-per-hour Wright Brothers flyer there. All right, so people would see him overfly and be totally excited. So the people of Callicoon were pretty excited. He landed in a potato field 2 miles south of Hancock. So we don't know where that potato field is, and it probably isn't a potato field anymore. But we're going to land at the next best thing, which is Hiawatha Private Airport. So. pretty stable now. I don't want to say that too loud because it's probably going to have the weather changing, big wind shifts. But Callicoon is not really much, is it? Just a little town. Wind is off the hills too, so that's what we're also getting. But I doubt it's that violent in real life. So getting some settings to tweak, I guess. I'm using Real Cat Turb and also FS Realistic. So all right, just keep following the Delaware. But when we see Long Eddy, if we can figure that out, then that's where we have to start heading northwest to Hiawatha. And we'll look for it. So, but you have to presume he started having engine trouble somewhere up ahead. That forced him to put it down in the potato field. Take a slight turn to the left. Hi, what's up? Good night. Love you. I get scared because I had my headset on. Couldn't hear him at all. All right. And I'm also going to use Google Maps to help me find Hiawatha. So I'm using everything at my disposal. All right, there's Hamilton. And it's, was it P4 Papa Alpha 6 Airport. Okay, let's look for Hiawatha. Nope, municipal, that's in Kansas. Uh-oh. So I'm not even getting any Google Maps here to help me. It's cool. All right. Oscars. Oscars. I'm not seeing Oscars here. Alright, it does sneak around though, so we have to be near Long Eddy. Long Eddy, I think, is over here. I think. I guess so. But they said that the workers at the potato field just kind of watched them land, and then we're like, okay, and they got back to work. But the people in Hancock saw him fly in there, and they sent people out to go get him. And then when the Vin Fiz train came, they were able to like really come get him. So, all right, maybe we should do the VOR just in case. That's what I'm thinking. So, again, maybe someday when we do the Wright brothers flyer, we'll think differently. But let's use VORs to our advantage here. 116.8 nav 1. That's the Hancock VOR. Yep, we're in it. Okay, we have identified it. And we want to be from at a 205 radial. So let's switch this to nav and 205. And that radial should bring us to Hiawatha. That's what we're hoping, at least. So it's from. If we line up on that eventually, it will lead us there. But we're going to stick with this radial here. We also have DME, so we're about 17 nautical miles. You figure Hiawatha is about 10 nautical miles south. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Should close in a little bit as we get closer. It's hard to find things here. This might be Long Eddy, or I could have already missed it. Nope, that must be Long Eddy. Because it's right before it does that little pointy thing up ahead. Man, I want to see this. Alright, we'll take a look at it after when I land. How's that? But pretty cool. That thing was very unstable, but downwind sim, we will look at that right after I land. Alright, I hope that was Port Eddy. I'm sure that he thought the same thing. Alright. Oh, boy. Well, we'll see if we can do it. Worst case scenario, we fly the VOR and fly a 205 radial from. We're still 14 nautical miles out, so see a little altitude here too. We're landing at Hiawatha tonight. There's Letty, which could stand for Long Eddy, but I'm not seeing that on the VFR sectional here. Could be on the instrumental, the instrument chart, but we'll just go with that's there. We'll continue to follow the Delaware. When it goes north-north, right here, this is where we're going to start going. I'm presuming at about a 285 radial right off of that thing. It's a little bit north, actually, so we're going to go more over here. So I'm going to think 285. Just right about where we are. So I want to keep it there, actually, and use the GPS to help me here. Actually, we can just plug it in. What the heck am I doing? We could just plug it in. I'm not even thinking. I was so caught up. Let's use everything at our disposal. God, that was ridiculous, wasn't it? It was kind of fun to fly like back in the day. Here we go. But we're doing the same route still, so that's cool. Do have to get some altitude, though. We're very close. But hey, we had pretty good dead reckoning there. Just saying. I was on the right track. I wasn't really worried about that. It was just using everything at my disposal, because Hiawatha Airport is not the potato field. You know what I'm saying? But everything's backed up. We got our VOR ready to go. We got GPS navigation, which could probably just do this right now. And what is it supposed to be set to? About 295. So let's set that up. Right about there, right? Alright, the airfield is 1,670 feet. So actually we want to climb. It's about 2,600. This is different than what he did. But this would be our quote-unquote crashing the skid landing as he did. And that's where he deviated. He must have crashed somewhere along here. That's what I'm thinking. So maybe the potato field could have been down there. Maybe it could have been over here somewhere, you know? Yeah, right. Now, Last time I flew this 2 to 3 years ago, where I tried doing this before, it was very hard to find. And it's a turf airfield. It's a private airport. So it could be this, but we're going to overfly the airfield, and hopefully they have a windsock to let me know. If they don't, I will cheat slightly and use Sky Vector. And I will look at something around the area which there's nothing. Oh, and it just got misty right around where we left in Middletown, New York. So we're lucky we left when we did. All right. Binghamton is 0 knots. Yep, 10 square miles and clear. So that seems to be one of the closer ones. Wilkes-Barre is 100 at 4 knots, 10 square miles clear. That's to the south, but Binghamton's closer. So, all right, that might be the airfield right there. So let's see if it is. Bring this back. We're very high. Hamilton actually has an. Wait, I put Hamilton. Hancock, New York. And the airfield is somewhere around here. Starlight, Pennsylvania. There should be an airport. Should be right in front of us. Is that it? Let's see if that's it as I fly over. That does look like it right there. All right, we're going to turn around, come in for a landing, and I guess I'm going to go south. So that's what we're going to do. All right, let's start our descent down a little bit. I'm going to head this way a little bit more. Set this up again so that way it knows I'm going to be there. Let's go north of the airfield. That wasn't easy to find at first. Let's zoom out a little bit. It's off to Delaware. No, am I wrong? Am I right? Everything's farmland around here. All right, and it was a southerly direction. So I'm going to take my Tobii eye tracker. I'm going to put it on. And we're going to look for it. We're very close, though. I'm going to go this way a little bit. I'd rather be a little slow on this so that way we don't miss it. This might take a couple turns to find it again. Is that it? That could be it. Can't see the runway. South would be that way. Boy, this is not easy. This is not easy. Where's the airfield? Still looking. I'm going to have to turn in a 360 again. Is that it? Where's the airfield? Is that it? No. Alright, there's a lake. I'm going to go around. Is that it over there? We're right above it according to the GPS. Alright, let's go this way. See if we can find it again. Boy, that is not easy. I don't know, man. Oh, that's it right there, right? That's it? Yeah, that is it. Okay. Alright. So let's land south. I'm going to go downwind here. Do have to lose some altitude, though. That was hard to find. That was not easy. I'm taking it like that's it. You agree with me, right? So it's right to the east of the lake. I could do that. I think we're good. It's right near that lake. So I'm good. I'm good. Alright. I'm going to go extend it down in here so I can find it. Where's that lake? Okay, and it's over there. See that little patch there? Alright, good. Good turn base. I'm going to start getting some flaps in here. Under 100, 10 degrees of flaps. Digi, what's up? 1500, so I'm getting slow in here, getting the white arc. And I'm looking for that lake, which I seem to have lost. Which is not good. Alright, let's head south. This could take a while. Where's the lake? Oh, there it is. I got it. We got it. Alright, down to 15. We're in the white arc. 20 degrees of flaps. Yay! We got it. That was hard to find. The lake is right behind this hill. Although I'm landing on a field somewhere like his potato field in real life. That was not easy to find. And it shows on the GPS that's about the same too. So that is good. That's as much as it goes in there. Alright. Final thing of flaps. Get to about 65. And we're going to keep this thing rolling till we turn off the grass on the right there. Alright, throttle's out. Just land nice and softly because it is turf. That was not easy. It's not a potato field, but we'll take it. We try not to use brakes. And we keep the nose up as long as we can to keep the weight off the nose wheels. That's why I have the elevator all the way back and we keep it rolling. That's what we do on turf. And we're going to go park right near that hangar over there. We did, everybody. We made it. 2 miles south of Hancock, and I did not break any skids. I think it counts. Yes, it does count. Your support of watching that French fry ahead is greatly. That's right. I still have the elevator back, if you notice. I've never landed on turf in real life. I mean, we prepared for it. We got the technique down. But someday I will go to Katama Airfield on Martha's Vineyard. I didn't. If you want to do exclamation point, stick landing, go ahead. Alright, minimal brake usage because we don't like to use a lot of brakes. It seems like the hangar's over here.
Stick the landing. In this challenge, the pilot will do his best to avoid certain death by keeping the plane on a good flight path with a constant angle descent lined up to center line.
We are good.
Stick the landing and don't suck.
Now, I have rode an airplane on grass, just never landed at the turf field. I did that at Parlin Field when I camped. And it does take a little extra vroom vroom and keeping the elevator back. So, vroom vroom. Someone should clip that. Alright, after landing, flaps are up, strobes are off. I'm probably killing someone's eyes landing right off. Pitot heat not used. Mixture trim to set for takeoff. And this is where we're going to end it for tonight. Transponder, alt squawk, ELT, verify silent. It is avionics off. Everything except for beacon off. And full lean on the mixture. Not a long flight. A little less than an hour, but we gave a lot of history there. Mags off. Master off. That off. And it's still moving a little bit. Let's put the parking brake on. Alright, so listen. We're going to take the drone cam, if I can, out to Hancock, though. If I can fly into Delaware after doing that, I can most certainly find it with the drone. But let's look at what we're dealing with here. So we are at a private airport called Hiawatha, which is the closest place to Hancock, New York. Alright, and I landed south, so north is that way. Am I correct? No. Did I land north or south? I don't even know. I just found the airfield and I was like, I'm going. No, I did. Yeah, I landed south, so we have to go north. The lake is right on our left, and that heads to Hancock. So let's see if we can find it. First, we're going to find the Delaware. And Hancock's going to be right near there.
Gotta make it so. Make it so.
Mega show. So I'm thinking that this is Hancock right here. That is indeed Hancock, New York. This is where he stayed. I could tell because the train track's right here, and I was looking at Google Maps as I read the book. So the Vin Fiz, the train at least, came in on these tracks, and he stayed at a hotel around the area. He wasn't injured when he broke the skids and stuff, but let me get the book out. And this is the awesome book about the Vin Fiz, by the way. I'm rereading it. This is my book like when I read it, like midnight, when I'm almost about to sleep. But I remember that page now. Okay. So, here's what happened. He took off Middletown. He went across Shawangunk Mountain at Cuddlebackville, Delaware River, Port Jarvis, Lackawax, and you heard that. So, we landed at what time approximately? About 3:15. So we're way ahead of what he was. If we look at the official flight logs from back then, he landed in Hancock at 4:03. He went pretty fast from back then, though. He did it in 78 minutes, but he wrecked the skids and everything. But I'm going to read about that right now to give you a little thing here. So he stayed in Hancock for a little while. There was the Melrose Farm on the east side of Callicoon. Several hundred people were awaiting the arrival at Callicoon. And he remained overnight to be... Oh, that's Jimmy Ward. Okay, no, don't remember that. All right, the village of Callicoon proclaimed itself an official waypoint of the Atlantic to Pacific air route because, you know, they wanted to be. So anyways, he had bed sheets laid out on the field. So he was going to land at the potato farm thing, I guess, at Callicoon. He made a quick study of his engine, and although he could tell the water was going fast, he decided to make a jump for Hancock, past Callicoon. So, he passed Long Eddy. He heard a pop, and out flew a defective spark plug. He cut out the cylinder, and then rather than have an overheated machinery, shot down to the first field I saw ahead of me. So right as he passed Long Eddy, that's when he went to the potato field, actually. And he aligned perfectly and was slowing down when one of the skids hit a soft spot, stopped, and slewed the machine around. That's where he snapped the right skid. So that's what happened. So he stopped somewhere along Eddy. Hiawatha was kind of like a little bit of a little of everything there. But he was about 2 miles south of Hancock. So the airplane was observed in Hancock, and the carloads and wagons loads of men bounced onto the potato field to give him a welcome there where he landed. And the Vin Fiz train had departed Middletown 12 minutes after the plane left Middletown. And they were running a little bit late. Let's see. They had a fight with the business manager and kicked him off the route. He was going to get off the train and just be done with it. Alright, the Palmer Singer automobile that was provided by the Vin Fiz company, if you will, was driven out to him, and it met him at 4:30 on the potato field. And then they basically drove him to Hancock, New York. So, they had to fix it again there. And he's going to be in Hancock now for 1 day. Yeah, I guess they fixed it 1 day. So they had parts on them on the train, so they fixed it in 1 day. And he spent the night in Hancock. So, all right, the next thing we're going to do then is he's going to get lost in real life. So we'll pick that up later on the third thing. But we're going to spend the night in Hancock here ourselves. It's Herbie Hancock. And that's where we're going to leave you on the stream of the Vin Fiz flights with Calbraith P Rodgers right here. First man to go across the United States on a plane. And we're going to leave you from Hancock. It's Herbie Hancock. Hancock, New York, where he stayed overnight. And where's Hiawatha from there? Hiawatha's over there. Is that what it is? Now I'm trying to find where Hiawatha is. Nope. Wow. All right, let's see if we see Hancock from here. Last thing I want to do. Because it would be that way. Da, da, da. There's the Delaware. So Hancock's over there. So Hiawatha, not that far. Oh, you know, miles far. But someplace you could definitely get by car. He went to Long Eddy, which was a long the Delaware back here somewhere. But very close to what the Vin Fiz did. And so we will leave you to continue the Vin Fiz flights on another future Eric flight video. We'll keep it here overnight. And I appreciate all you coming out. Thank you, Jeffrey B, for the raid earlier. That was awesome of you. Thank you again for the sub. That was awesome of you, too. Thanks to DigiFlight. DigiFlight. You got a new name. DigiDriver. I didn't read any of your things here, but you did the stick landing. Make it. Okay. All right. I didn't miss anything. And anyways, we'll see ya. We're going to call it out here and spend the night in Hancock, New York, and hopefully pick up really soon with our thing here. Hopefully the streaming doesn't have that problem again. And I'll see you later. We're going to raid someone if you're on Twitch, so stay tuned. Thanks for coming out. Have a great night. Eric Flight. Peace out.